Now this part is kind of going to be a closer because we are at 2 hours, and I'll definitely make a shortened version of this just for those people who want a short, concise version of what I'm going through. Or maybe I won't. Maybe actually not. For those who truly want the story, it's here. It's here. No cuts. No pieces. You get to see the effects. The true day one like side effects that come from trying to quit, and from quitting, not trying to quit, from quitting, because this shit is unacceptable. Not even from like anyone else's standards. I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about this. This to me is unacceptable. At one point I was at least managing it to where I would leave and there would be at least no more like food items at all within the room, but like I'm talking about dried up like meal prep dishes that have sauces that ended up drying and like crystallizing onto the plastic. So I don't even know if I'm gonna actually even be able to clean some of these things off. I'm gonna wait until Christmas for some of these items to be able to take it home, let it sit in bleach, and then run it through a long like dishwashing process that'll end up sanitizing it and all that. Because I have a lot of glass dishes that I was in this depressive little episode I was having, allowed myself, I was like, hey, if you're gonna go buy juice, at least make sure it's from a glass container. That way you can kind of use it. And what I mean by that is stuff like this, little containers like this, real easy, without giving any help to this company. We got like something like a pineapple ginger, right? So that one's super simple. Over there we got one called like a morning blend. That one's got like oranges, pear, peaches, pineapple, a little bit of ginger in there too. It was amazing. That was heavenly. In all honesty, I've made juices that are cheaper. You get more that taste better though. So juice. Temu has a $50 one if you want to start there. I know juices are super expensive. But yeah, that's kind of this is unacceptable. So yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought again there. But yeah, I'm done dealing with this. A big reason that I did kind of smoke as well was because I knew it was a really easy way that I'd be able to speak to some family members who I know are dealing with it with tree. I know sometimes you can't get to a deep level with someone who smokes, and they won't really open up that layer of convo with you unless you're smoking with them too. And in all honesty, I can say that there were times where I was like, yeah, I think this moment of smoking is worth the potential or the possibility for me to fall down a little addiction episode. You know what I mean? And I can also take accountability and say that I also ran with that. I would use those times and be like, well, it's whatever. They're dealing with this. I can deal with this too. I'm younger. I got time. And it's like that time is always going. You know what I mean? And when you look back, you notice that, okay, but if I was doing stuff during that time, where would I be now? And another thing, while utilizing that thought, don't utilize that thought in a negative way against yourself, because that is also something that has really dragged and pulled me down. It's kept me sometimes stagnant. It's kept me from being able to move on from different things. And I just lost my train of thought again. And yeah. But to kind of wrap this all kind of up, if you could take anything from this, if you're a younger kid, younger boy, younger girl as well. Once again, this message is more so for the younger guys. But if you're a younger girl and you can take this genuinely, I'm happy to. Control that lust. Speak to those you care about close about the lust you're dealing with. It's okay. I promise you, there are people 10 times your age dealing with it, and lying and acting like they're not dealing with it. So if it takes a 22-year-old who barely survived himself coming out and saying, look, you're not disgusting, you're not nasty, you're a young young, impressionable boy, and that's okay. We just got to make sure you're being influenced by the right things. That's it. So yeah, this is a video saying thank you to a lot of people. Some of you know me as Ty Sean. Some of you know me as Ty. Some of you know me as Ty Ty. Some of you know me as Ty Tizzle. I go by Fusion, Bluey, Blue Fusion. Anything, you know what I mean? I don't mind. I'm not gonna stress over it. I've got a lot of names that people refer to me by. And one thing I could say is that there's a lot of people who are waiting on me to come back. A lot of those people being younger than me. So to those of you who have waited, thank you. I also apologize genuinely. I chose weed over you guys multiple times, and that is not something I should have ever done. And it's something I'm learning to deal with. It's something I'm gonna have to deal with. It was an easier dopamine hit. But what you realize but don't really pick up is that it's a fake dopamine hit, and no matter how many times you utilize it, it's never gonna truly really give you that true sense of dopamine. And at least that's for me. And I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna tell you, if you're someone else out there who gets a true dopamine hit, or maybe you've moved from a way harder drug down to this, and that's what you're working on at this point, then hey, fair enough, and good luck to you. You know what I mean? Everyone has a different journey. Everyone is moving at their own pace, and to you, I genuinely say good luck. Keep moving forward. That's really all we ever can do, and that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try for these first 30 days. We're gonna go crazy. Phoenix only. Phoenix only, unless someone else like insta-locks in first. I don't want to be dodging to the point where I'm losing RR. Because at one point I was doing that, and I was getting really close. I don't know why it just snapped. I was getting really close to a like account ban or account like punishing. So I was like, yeah, let me just stop this. I was like, it's not that serious. I was like, as long as I'm genuinely trying to insta-lock Phoenix first, if someone else gets him one time out of like 12 games or one time out of 20 games, it is what it is. But yeah, we hit what my main goal was, saying thank you to some people. The apology, this is a big one, and it's nothing long. It's nothing long and dragged out. It's just genuine from the heart. And it starts with my younger sister, definitely. As an older brother, I should never ever put you in a spot where you feel like you can't. And I'm not even saying she feels this way about me, but I shouldn't ever put you in a spot where you feel you can't come to me, where you maybe feel that you have to tell on me, or where you're worried about me because I'm taking actions that'll shorten my life on this earth. You know what I mean? Like, as an older brother, one of your jobs as an older brother is not to make your younger siblings worry. Period. I don't care what you were about to reply to that. I don't care what your response to that is. Your job as an older brother on this earth is not to make your younger siblings worry. Now, I know there's extremes, crazy siblings, period. I'm not talking about those extreme scenarios. In general, you just need to be a good sibling, right? And I know it's way easier said than done. But I think it's important to make sure that from this point on, I take my best effort in putting my 2 feet forward in whatever path is just best for me and for those around me, whether that be giving up laziness, right? Allowing God to be into your life. And that's one thing I've always like hovered over. Like, I've always thought of, starting the Bible, or maybe adding 5-10 pages within. And I think that even though I don't really know how I want to go about learning religion. I think that's definitely something I'd like to get into. I just don't know what's real. You know what I mean? There's so many different forms of religion, whether it be within the same form. Um, it's like what's real, what's original, what's not, what's been tampered with. I don't know. Um, and yeah, just a lot of thoughts, man. But if y'all can get anything from this, nope, we're not done. We're not done. Sorry, mine's going everywhere. Um, so that'd be a sorry to Sanaya, my younger sister, and then it would be a sorry to my older brother. Um, there's been multiple times you've reached out, and because I've been dealing with whatever, I wouldn't reach out, or because I felt that you weren't taking the right steps, I would ignore it, or because I'm dealing with something that I feel a certain way about, I just wouldn't truly come to you, and that's just not fair. It's not. Um, Anyone knows this. My brother will always be my duo, my only duo. Of course, I've got friends, really really close friends, who I see as close as you can get to a brother, as like my close duos. But I will only ever have one true duo, and that is my older brother. Um, Almost every single game I've ever played, I've pretty much tried with him first. Um, League of Legends, played that with him. He taught me it. I fucking hated the game. I deleted it like 3 times. I still have it to this day. I love the game. I hate it. I love it. I hate it. You know what I mean? Fortnite. Downloaded that. I think I deleted it like once. Hated it when I started. Got my first win with my brother. 0 kills. I think we won around Flush Factory. I think that's literally where we won. Flush Factory or like Flush Factory or that area by Dusty Depot. But I remember the dude just falling, and we won. That was my first one ever. Scared as heck, you know what I mean? But doing it with my brother. And yeah, I can definitely say check on your brothers. Check on your siblings. Make sure they're okay. Uh, and yeah. Another apology would be to my mom. Um, I'm sorry. I know I've made you cry a lot. I know I made you worry, and that's never been the goal. Sometimes you've got to go against what your parents feel is best for you, because sometimes you've got to experience, you've got to live, you've got to go see things, because they don't know everything. You know what I mean? They don't. And that's something you just grow up and understand. You just grow up and realize your parents aren't the strongest in the world. Your parents aren't the richest in the world. Your parents don't know everything. And that's okay. Genuinely, that is okay. You don't need to berate them or get mad at them or get angry because they don't know things. Instead, learn. Spend that same exact energy pouring into yourself and learning. Um, and yeah, so I would like to say I'm sorry for worrying you, mom. That bleeds into dad. I'm sorry for worrying you, dad. All the arguments, anything that I've said that I don't mean. I love all 4 of you, mom, dad, AJ, Zanaya. Y'all know this. Lily too. I love you too. Um, but yeah, and don't worry, dad. I'm not done yet. Your persistence, both y'all's persistence within the military and within the job force, constantly striving for promotions and such, has shaped me into being the person who just won't give up. You know what I mean? Seeing my mom work sometimes till 2 a.m., 3 a.m. to this day, so that we could have things. Yeah, no, I can't. Regular job isn't gonna give us what we need as soon as we need. And the biggest sorry, and it's It's probably the one I struggle with. Ah, shit, the computer almost turned off, and I almost broke into tears just trying to say it. Cause I still barely even believe it, even when I say it. I'm sorry, Tata. Cause you gotta be able to apologize to yourself. And once again, I don't see this video as like a form of me being a victim. I don't see it as like me asking for help. It's an acceptance. It's understanding where I allowed myself to go, where you can be, and understanding that some people are way further. You know what I mean? Way further into this whole. And yeah, you gotta be the one to pull yourself out. So, genuinely, Tata, I'm sorry. Thank you for surviving yourself. Yeah, there's some cuts I made up on the highway in a game legally, while being under the influence, of course, in a game, where I'm making these cuts, and I'm like, hey, look, I know this person sees me. I'm going fast. If you cut now and just say F it, all right, bet F it. You know what I mean? And that's not okay. I even spoke to my dad about his in-game situations when he was younger, playing Need for Speed RL edition, where he would go fast, right? And it's like all you're seeing is lights going by you, right? A crack in the road, a rock, a wrong move, anything could be the difference between you being there and being gone from this world within a second. And I remember I was going fast as hell on GTA Online. And this I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was it was an SUV. It was a what are those? It was an Aston Martin, I believe. I think it was like an Aston Martin SUV, pretty green, like a jade green or whatever. Zooming, and I'm just flying, trying to go to work, and I'm trying to make it to my heist job. You know what I mean? And he pulls up out of nowhere, and I can tell he's like using my like line to kind of get through, and I'm like, all right, bet. But at one point, he kind of starts like pressing me to go faster, and I'm like, look, you can go faster. And mind you, I'm not in the passing lane in game at this point. I'm more so in any lane. You know what I mean? Like in Virginia, on GTA servers in Virginia, you gotta get around the people because they can't drive. I'm so sorry. They'll be hogging the fast lane, going 10 under, or they'll speed up to catch up beside someone just to keep you in the spot. It's so gay. But yeah, what's the word? I definitely took cuts where I was like, Ty, this might be your last cut, and you go for it. Or I see people cutting up and be like, and I'm in my little, right, like I base my car in game off the one in real life. I was like, I'm using a little green hatchback, right? I'm flying through on a little 2012 Hyundai Accent, bro. Cutting up. That thing, once it gets up to that 6-speed, bro, I'm flying, I promise you. But like to get there, it's a little rough. But all in all, just it's funny because wrapping it all back to when my dad was telling me about it, about him doing it when he was younger. I laughed and I was like that's awesome. And he was like, no, he was like I know you laugh and say it's awesome, and he was like, I also know that's kind of like a joke in a way, but it's you know what I mean, it was dumb, you know what I mean. I was like, yeah, you're right. And I'm saying, yeah, you're right, as I'm doing the shit, you know what I mean, as I'm like going home knowing dang well I'm probably gonna have to do it tomorrow to make it to work on time in game. And it's not like I was hopping on the road and wanting to like speed, you know what I mean. Like I would, if I was gonna make it in time, then I'm following the flow of traffic, not going any faster than any normal person in a fast lane is going, even cops, you know what I mean. So like that was one of the main reasons I'd be flying on that road, because cops are enforcing a faster speed, you know what I mean. So hey, if you're showing us how this road's supposed to be driven as the enforcer of this road and these laws, then hey, bet. And I know that's a very terrible idea to think, because that will get you placed in jail, because that cop's not always going to be that cop. That cop might be another cop riding in the same car. Who knows? And bam. And he doesn't care about the other cop who's doing it. You know what I mean? He cares about you doing it. Unfortunately. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. But yeah, I know we're dragging this into another part. I kind of want to make sure I hit everything. I don't want to kind of go back into this. Um, Relationship wise, just be yourself, man. If I can say anything. Oh. For the younger ones out there, the younger guys again, yeah, and younger girls too. Um, I was in a a call with my friend and his friend. And I'm cool with him, right? I met him at a beach week place. This dumbass brought a gun into the building, and I had to do everything I could to make sure not every one of them looked at you as a criminal. And I know you know what I'm talking about. And the fact that you ever decided to threaten my life is crazy because I actually have genuine love for you deep down, Brody. So I hope you've found it somewhere in your heart one day to come speak to me like a man and apologize for that, because that shit was wild. Um, but yeah, he ends up walking in with a gun. Everyone in that place is like, yeah, no, he needs to leave. What the heck is happening? I see it, and I'm like, none of the people in this building ever need to be getting a gun pulled on. You know what I mean? Because I know them all, and I can easily talk to any of these people and figure it out, right? I understand this kid lives a different life. He was dealing with drugs, dealing with people who want drugs, sometimes by any means. So you sometimes got to keep that file on you. Fair. Bringing it up into a beach week house, not needed, right? But to tell you the kind of type of person this is, right, or like the mindset that this person has, right, or the mindset this person is now operating under. This is the person who this kid was about to take advice from, right? And I'm not saying you can't ever get advice from people from those areas, right? If you come from those areas and genuinely work on yourself, you can also give genuine advice. Or if you've seen the crazy stuff that happens in there, you can give advice on what to look out for, what to avoid. But the kid was a coworker's son of mine.